And it's important to know because the Apostle Paul, who writes 2/3 of the words in the New Testament, he shows us how important this question is to us when he writes to the early church in Rome. And he writes in Romans chapter 10, verse 9 in the Bible, he says this: if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be what? Saved. It's a different question when you realize that your eternity is attached to it. Do I trust the power of the resurrection? No. Let me ask you this way. Does your eternity trust the power of the resurrection? Because Paul tells us that my response to the resurrection comes in two forms. I must first comprehend it. I must first understand it. That's where my confession comes from. I can't speak to something I don't know. And then he says, and you need to believe in your heart. That's where your trust comes from. Amen. When Paul says it, that you declare with your mouth and you believe in your heart, like we hear that, it just sounds good. And so let's make it a little bit more practical. What's this right here? All right, one person knows. Let me talk to the guys. If you're not doing more home improvement projects at home, your boy doesn't do home improvement projects at home. But listen, yeah, of course, it's a ladder. So we have this ladder here. And so my first step in allowing it to do what it needs to do is me to understand what it was created for. And so what's this created for? It's created to take me from where I am and to elevate me to a new level so that in my elevation, I can complete something that I couldn't complete without it. And so the mechanism is designed to elevate me. And so my first step in using it is understanding what it's designed for. So once I understand, okay, this is designed to elevate me so I can accomplish something I couldn't accomplish before, my next step is to what? Trust it. Trust that it's going to do what it's designed to do. And so I come up to it. I realize it's designed to elevate me, and I'll step in. And here's the thing. I can't take a step until I first have trust. You ever realize that? See, if I don't have trust that this is going to do what it's designed to do, I'll just find a different way to do it. And so I got to have trust and then take a step, and I step up. And now I'm a little bit higher. Now here's where it gets powerful. Even though it looks like I'm trusting the mechanism, I'm not. I'm trusting myself still. Why? Because if I fall, I ain't high enough to get hurt. And so even though it looks like I'm doing it, even though it looks like I placed my trust in it, I still trust myself. It's not until I get elevated to a point to where I can no longer trust myself, because if it breaks, I get hurt. And now the only thing I can trust is the mechanism. The only thing I can trust is that this is going to do what it's designed to do. And why is this important? Because I believe that this Easter, Jesus is trying to elevate some people. He's trying to change your life, transform your life, give you a better future, give you a better job, give you whatever it is that you need. But he needs to elevate you. And the only way he can do that is if you understand why he came and you trust the power that he came with. Church, we're climbing a ladder in our faith. And the sooner we begin to trust it completely, the sooner we can get elevated to accomplish things we can't accomplish on our own. That's the response to the resurrection. To understand why Jesus came. Jesus did not come back from the dead to keep you suppressed in anxiety and depression. Jesus did not come back from the dead so that you could still have a broken marriage until you both just get sick of each other. He came back to bring healing and restoration in places nothing else can bring. And then once I understand what John 10:10 says, that Jesus came to what? Give me life and life abundantly. I can then shift my focus